4. Eberk. You dream that you are woken in the middle of the night by a faint, rhythmic noise coming from the front of the house. You are in your room. The moon is new and you can't make out much through the darkness. Furniture is laid out sparsely around your room, a dresser, shelves holding most of your belongings, and the mat you sleep on below you. The door leading to the rest of the house is on the opposite wall from your place of rest, hanging ajar. You could have sworn you closed it when you went to bed. What would you like to do?
I am going to first. I think I'm first going to cast bark skin on myself.
All right. Go ahead and roll spellcasting.
First D20 roll of the year. That is a natural 1.
Damn, okay. Let's see then. Okay. I think what happens is you, sort of put your hands to yourself and try to cast Bark Skin, and instead you feel sort of a sharp pain sort of jolt through your body as the magical energy sort of rejects you. You are going to take 2 wounds.
Wait. Second, my notation system.
You're good.
Okay. Well, since that didn't work, I keep my sword right beside my bed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna grab it and move towards the door to investigate.
All right. You get to the door and you leave your room and start making your way toward the front of the house, the noise growing louder as you approach. Now that you're able to hear it a bit better, you can guess as to what it is. It sounds like cloth being dragged along the floor, cloth or maybe a body. You turn the corner into your living room, and you see 2 bodies on the floor, one curled up, one sprawled out. Blood spills from multiple wounds in their bodies and pools on the floor, and the remains of what was a roaring fire licks at their necks and legs. You see severe burns covering them. And then you realize that you recognize them. You're looking at Niall and Nathaniel. And as this realization sets in, your eyes are sort of drawn to the rest of the room. The fire seems to have spread from their bodies to the furniture, and the once dying fire now threatens to find new life. What would you like to do?
Can I still hear the sound of cloth being dragged?
Yes, you do. It is coming from Nathaniel on the floor, and it looks like he is sort of dragging himself through the house towards you.
Oh my god. Okay. I am not strong enough to carry 2 people. I'm going to fuck. I am going to use my my ring of superior ability,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to get +1 to one attribute for 1 turn, and I'm going to use that on strength, and I'm going to try and carry Nathaniel drag Nathaniel and Niall away.
All right. You feel yourself grow a bit stronger, and you go over to Nathaniel and then Niall to start dragging them. And as you get to Nathaniel, you see he looks up at you with what remains of his face, and he opens his mouth, and you hear the ringing of large bells thunder through your ears. And then you wake up, the sound of bells still ringing. Any changes or alterations that you have made to your character sheet are reverted. And it takes you a moment to wipe the sleep out of your eyes before you take notice. But then you remember what the bells mean. They're alarm bells, and they are still going strong, even nearly a full minute after your dream ended. And as you get up, you hear a voice shouting one word over and over again: fire.
Okay, I am grabbing my like couple of belongings.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, shield, crowbar, ye flask of oil, sword.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to exit the building.
All right. You rush out of your room towards the front door. On your way out, you pass by your mom. She's declined a little bit in her elder years and has mostly been confined to a chair in the living room. And you, yeah, uh, head out your door, and you see pretty much immediately, you catch sight of the fire. It has started at the base of the large tree at the center of the grove, and it has caught well. It is burning its way up the tree, and you see a just group of small figures next to it trying to put it out.
Okay, I'm going to run up to the rest of people there, and I'm just going to sort of be like, just like an extra pair of hands.
All right.
But I'm going to like keep an eye. I am keeping an eye on the fire.
All right. Cool. I am going to have you make a roll with any stat of your choice to help get the fire out. It could be, I don't know, strength for like batting out the flames, dexterity for could also be batting out the flames, could be running to get water, could be willpower to help people that are channeling water from a nearby creek to the tree, helping them sustain that flow of magic. Anything you would like.
Yep, I'm going to go with will.
All right.
Damn it, that is a 9.
9. Okay. Um, so you, try to help the people that are, bringing water from the creek to the tree, and you don't like harm anything, but you also don't like make a ton of difference. And I'm going to make a roll for the other druids here. That is exactly a 15, plus 2 from their will, which means they do manage to beat back the flames a little bit, but it is still going. It looks like, it is going to keep spreading if something else is not attempted.
Okay. Hmm. Okay, so the fire is spreading from one tree. Okay, I'm going to attempt to do a variation of how they prevented fires in old London.
Mhm.
I'm going to try and communicate the idea of chopping down the trees around it
All right.
so that it has less to catch on.
Okay.
Maybe like a couple trees out.
sounds good.
Create
Um,
create like a fire break.
mm, yeah, I think the people around you sort of like nod their acceptance and move to start taking down some of the trees around this fire. Um, and I assume you are part of that effort.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes.
I'm going to have you roll with either strength or dexterity, your choice.
Strength.
All right. And the other people, as part of this effort, are going to make the same roll.
Should stop rolling that dice. That is because that is a 6.
They rolled a natural one. Uh,
Oh my god.
so yeah, you start um, trying to cut down some of the trees around it, but you hear a sort of loud crack and then a loud crash as you see one of the trees that some of the people have been trying to cut down has collapsed inward towards the tree and is also starting to catch.
Hmm. Okay, priorities shift. How close is the fire to my house?
Not very close. It's like, yeah, it is basically like 200 feet maybe. Um,
Okay, I'm going to get my mother out of there.
all right. You run back towards your house. And rush through the front door. How do you do it?
Um, I'm going to just like rush inside and uh like maneuver my mother's body up. I don't know if she can walk.
hmm Yeah, she can. She can walk a lot. It's a lot easier for her to walk with assistance. Um,
Yep.
um, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, yeah. Uh, Scoop her up, get her on her feet, and get her out of the house. Um, are you taking her anywhere in particular? Just like away in general? Um,
Yeah, probably. If there are like, hmm, yeah, away in general.
all right, sounds good. You start, bringing her away towards the edge of town. On your way, you do see a fair amount of people, like finally towards the edge of town, and join up with them. And while this is happening, the people fighting the fire are going to make another roll, and that is a 10. Um, yeah, So you look back and you see the fire starting to spread a bit more. Um, And after a few minutes, you manage to make it to the edge of town. People sort of, yeah, sit down away from the trees, just, as their shelter spot.
Okay, I'm gonna get her there.
All right, you get her there. I assume you sort of sit her down against a sizable rock, um, um, and what would you like to do next?
Um, hmm. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, wait, can you repeat the situation to me again?
Yes. Um, so there has been a fire started at the like big like tree at the very like center of town. Um, that
Mhm.
has started to spread outwards towards the other trees in that part of the grove, and then closer towards some of the homes. Um, the people who are not fighting have all like evacuated to just outside of like the town border, away from where they are like in danger of getting burned, and everyone else is trying to fight back the flames.
Okay. I'm going. My general plan is get my mother to safety and then try and help fight the fire again.
Okay. Yeah, your mother like currently is not in danger of getting hurt by the fire. So yeah, you head back towards the center of town. On your way back, I'm going to have um, um, the firefighters, so to speak, make another roll. That's a 4. They really are just struggling to put this out. Yeah. So when you get back towards the center of town, the fire has spread like a lot. It has like caught hold of some of the other trees and is starting to spread out like and has become, you would probably classify it now as the beginnings of a forest fire.
Okay. Hmm. DM, can I
Mm-hmm.
bullshit you for a second?
Of course.
So, in my mind, this forest, it looks like the forests I grew up in, which are the forests around here. And
Mhm.
uh, would it be plausible that the druids of this, the caretakers of this natural area, would do controlled burns?
Yeah, I think so.
And do you know about controlled burns?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
At least generally. I don't. I wouldn't be able to like give a lesson on them, but I know about
Like
them generally.
general gist that you'd like do a controlled small fire to burn away
Yes.
like the most flammable underbrush. Okay. Do you think that us druids do that?
Yes, I would say so.
Okay, so this isn't as bad as it could be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
The fire is mostly relying on the larger trees and everything to spread, which means it is spreading slower than it otherwise could.
mm-hmm. Mm. What does it seem like everyone else like? What does it seem like everyone else is doing?
Um, they're sort of just trying to um, keep it from spreading. A lot of them are, yeah, some of them are still trying to cut away a bit at some of the nearby trees. They've eased up on that a lot just because it didn't work very well. Um, you do also remember that there is a fairly large reservoir of underground water that you assume some people are moving to get a bunch of water to quell it, and everyone else is sort of trying to beat back the flames as best as they can, um, in the usual ways one would.
Okay, I'm going to try and join in the effort again.
All right. I'm going to have you and the other druids make a roll of your choice.
Okay, I'm gonna roll with wisdom again. Will
All right.
W W brain one.
Yes.
That is a 23.
23, and the other druids got a 19. So, you manage to keep the flames at bay, even push them back a little bit closer towards, the center point, that big tree at the center of town. Um, And as you manage to keep it in one place for long enough for the druids that went off to get water from the reservoir to come back and just give it a good old dousing, which I'm going to give a quick roll for. Okay. It doesn't completely quell the flames at all, but it does put a big damper on them. The tree, like the big tree at the center point of the fire, has mostly been quelled, and it is now just like the few trees around it that are still burning.
Okay. Whew. Okay, so things are like calming down a bit.
Yes. Yeah, and yeah, you see the other druids are fairly effectively tending to the remaining flames, so you don't think it is a thing that you really have to worry about.
Okay, I'm going to go and get my mother and bring her back to the house.
Right. You yeah, grab your mother, bring her back to the house. It takes a few minutes. And as you are like getting back to your house, you um, you see, yeah, people haven't really, um, yeah, moved from that. The fire has now been completely put out, but you now see sort of in the distance, since you are like at your home front, you see something that was concealed by the flames before, which is a what looks like a body pinned to pinned to the big tree in the center of the grove.
Oh. I'm going to run up and investigate.
All right, yeah, you run up and investigate, and um, yeah, it is a body, and you recognize it fairly fast, even though it is very very burned. It is one of the druids of the grove, Corda. They're not like they aren't a high druid, but they are not just like they are well known within the town. And they are held to the tree by metal stakes driven into its bark through their shoulders. Um, you see a surprisingly unburned envelope hanging from their neck, and a symbol painted onto their forehead in like brassy gold paint.
What does the symbol look like?
It is an eye surrounded by 4 stars, one in each cardinal direction, and the pupil of the eye is a ring rather than a filled-in circle.
Okay. I am going to look at that letter immediately.
All right, you tear the letter from the cord it's hanging by, and yeah, open the and the back of you sort of getting ahead of myself. You look at the back of the envelope for any like writing in the address spot, and you see one word on it, Eberk. This letter is addressed to you. And you open it and pull out a small square slip of paper that reads, "The sinners were purged in blood and fire, coloring the dawn sky red."
Oh, oh God. Eberk just looks absolutely like Eberk doesn't really, not much shocks him anymore, but this definitely does.
You stand there for a little, just shocked, like staring at this, and another one of the druids, Morea, sort of approaches you and goes, "What's on it?"
Um. Uh. Wait, was the address spot like in a place that would indicate it's is it like to me or supposedly from me?
It is to you.
Hmm. I'm going to because Eberk, um, I think I talked about this to you that Eberk mostly
Mm-hmm.
signs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna like sign like I found it on I found this on her around her neck, and I'm going to just hand it over.
All right. Um, yeah. Morea like looks over it, and you can like see the color sort of drain from their face in real time. Um, I just got fuck. Do you recognize the symbol?
Mm, I'm gonna look at it. I
Hmm?
can't remember how much of Jeff Faniel's weird shit I knew.
Yeah, I will say this symbol does not look familiar to you.
Okay, I'm gonna shake my head.
All right. Mm. All right.
Um, and I think I'm going to I'm gonna ask like what happened before the fire started.
Um, I think Mariah sort of like glances around for a second. Looks like trying to find somebody before he sort of points someone out, goes over and sort of grabs them, and um, it's yeah, just yeah, a small woman, and she goes, "I was, well, I was the person who discovered the fire. I was coming out to tend to the tree, and I just saw um, the fires starting, and I saw a person like leaving, looking like running into the forest. Um, they were looked tall. And they were had a like purple robe on, like deep purple. But like I couldn't make out much else. They were far away.
I think which way did they go?
Um, and they point in a direction. Um, that yeah leads into the forest.
I already have all my important worldly possessions on me, so I'm going to turn to the other druid and
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna just sign take care of my mother, and I'm just going to sprint.
All right. Yeah, you yeah sprint into the forest. Just yeah, just like not looking back. Leaving yeah, leaving Morea, the other druid, just like watching behind you. Um, and yeah, they um turn to the others and start issuing some orders to yeah gather a search party and begins to walk to your house to yeah take care of your mother, and you yeah run into the forest. Session ends.